Right, it's day 5. I finally have all the parts I need to finish the engine. Let's do it. So while I'm doing this, I thought I'd address a couple of frequently asked questions. The first being if I could send some instructions for people to make their own steam engines like the ones I do. And what I tend to say is I'd rather not, because I like the exclusivity. And I know some people might want to call me out for being selfish on that, but I would encourage people to do their own mocks. It means you can show people something that's your own work and your own design, and it's not somebody else's that you've copied. And I know a lot of people aren't too keen on that, but honestly, I'd recommend trying, because it is so much more satisfying when you have something that is truly your own creation. So here it is, this is the almost final product. One last thing we've got to do is to put some decorative lining on it. Now, a lot of people have a lot of different ways of doing this. One of the most popular is to just brick build the lining. At this scale, for me, it's a bit too thick. So what I tend to do is use what is called trimline tape, and it's for normally model aeroplanes. But as you can see, it comes in different thicknesses. It comes in a tube like this. It's roughly, I guess about 1 meter long, and it comes in different colours as well. Normally, roughly the same colours as Lego, so it's very, very well matched. So what we're aiming to mimic is Southern Railway's olive green, which uses white as well as a bit of black, and for the front of the engine, some silver. So what I'm trying to do right now are the silver details on the smokebox door. It includes a very light handrail that spans most of the front. And then the plates that attach it to the hinges. There we go. Okay, so next is the boiler. Now we'll take it off the stand for this. What we're looking for is 5 equal stripes, and that's fine because that's 1 at either end and then 3 down the middle. Now, I'm not going to show you all of this because it's very slow and very painstaking, but I am going to address one last frequently asked question, and that involves requests for me to do a certain blue tank engine, and why I keep saying no. It's funny because my interest in trains didn't really start because of Thomas the Tank Engine. It started because my granddad, having seen me watch Thomas the Tank Engine as a younger child, decided, no, we're going to put on some actual footage of steam engines. And I responded to it really well, and I got hooked, and I suppose that hasn't gone away. But that's the thing, I am not nostalgic for Thomas the Tank Engine, unlike a lot of other people. I have a more nostalgic attachment to Elizabethan Express and 60017 Silver Fox than I do for Gordon or Henry or Thomas. So if you're interested in seeing Thomas characters, I would look elsewhere. There are so many great mocks. It's just not for me. So in case you're wondering, you can get trimline tape from various places. I've seen them on eBay and Amazon in particular. I got them from a place called Hurricane Models. I think they're a UK-based store. It's about £3.50 per roll, and it lasts for maybe 2 or 3 engines, depending on how often the colour appears in a certain thickness. Now, there are plenty of other ways you could do the lining, and as I said before, you should try and experiment. I've just chosen this method, and I really think it adds a nice bit of character to each model. And there we have it. This is a Southern Railway Class H2 Atlantic in its pretty much finished form. Now, at some point I'm going to do a mass order of decals and stickers and finally add the lettering and numbering to all of my engines, but until then, this is done. Now it's all well and good just looking at it, but let's get it out running on some track. So before I go, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Michael Morant. He let me use the images of the H2s that you see throughout the video and in the thumbnails. I'll put a link to his site in the description where you can buy hundreds of high quality images of steam engines and more. And that's about it. I hope you've enjoyed this mini-series. I've certainly had an interesting time making it. Let me know if you want to see any more content like this. I'm not sure if I'd do anything like this again or what I would do, but please let me know so I can make a decision. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. Take care.